What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Professor Pippin back in this bitch on I Trade the Asian, trying to get active, trying to get laid. You already know what it is. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. I ain't been on this bitch in a minute. I don't even know how to operate this bitch no more. It's been a minute. The market, the shit. I don't even know the words I'm looking for. The industry is the word I'm looking for. The industry is so up in shambles right now. It's tough. It is tough out here in the streets. Motherfuckers is getting shut down left and right. If your pockets ain't tight, your trades ain't right, you gonna get shut down right with them. These boys out here closing accounts. They ain't giving no explanation until the back end of it. So you know what I'm saying? If you got you a regulated broker and you're in the US, you better get right. I was with Hanko Trade for a minute. Last year around November, December, I was eating shit up. Then shit started going south. Then all of a sudden, them boys up and shut down the whole shit. You go to the platform, try to make a trade, say account invalid. Nigga, what? Hold up. I done ran up a mile in this bitch. What you mean account invalid? So right now, your boy operating with FOREX.com. Hanko Trade flaked on a mother real smooth. Like them boys got out of Dodge, weren't answering no questions. They kept giving the excuses back in on maintenance, all type of goofy ass shit. Yes, I was shitting. Would have hit them boys with a brick, but I didn't know where their location was at. So ain't go if I catch y'all on the street, that's your ass. But yeah, it's been rough. Forest.com is it's all right, it ain't the best. They got the first in, first out position bullshit going on. They got the high ass spreads. I like to hit them sniper positions, execute a trade, 2 pip spread, 3 pip spread. It'd be like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to catch a trade from down here in the zone. By the time you execute that bitch on them forest.com, your shit way up here. You sitting that price down here, but you hit market execute by boop, right up there. And I'm like, man, what the so it's been rough. What I wanted to do tonight was weekend analysis. Just try to catch up because it's been a minute. Family got sick last year. So that kind of derailed me from making videos. And then this year, my availability just ain't been there. My kids getting into more and more sports. My boys is into wrestling. My daughter been wanting to hit the gym lately, getting ready for volleyball season. It's just a lot been going on. So I've been in the lab trading. I just ain't been making no videos. And so, I'm trying to get right with y'all tonight on this weekend analysis right quick, see what we can do. For the most part with these pairs, what I'm gonna do is go through and show how I've been analyzing or how I've been following the markets these last few weeks. What I have been going on there, not everything but AU. Um, I'll kind of delete and just give a quick top down analysis weekly, daily, 4 hour. And if something pertinent on the 1 hour, identify that too. But overall, you're gonna blink that thing. AU been in some funky ass price action lately, back and forth, up and down, not really trending. If it does look like it's trending, or the trending moves come during news, which ain't been the easiest to catch. Um, Back since we're looking at right here, December of last year, we've been downtrending, straight downtrending. Um, this is the daily. Yeah, so with the break of this low, I had the daily time frame in a bearish manner as for structure, with the high, low, lower high. Um, I don't know. It got tricky right up in here as far as identifying. So let me see what I got on there. Yeah, so I still got this level as my daily high. Because this was the break of structure. This was the higher low. Looking at this price section here, that pushed you into the highs. And it ain't until price action break structure on the 4 hour that I consider the end of this bullish push to the downside. So a little bit of a 4 hour break right there. So that's why I got the high to the lower high. This is the area I'm a little bit on because it only broke up by a pip. It didn't close above anything to say, yeah, the end of this push phase to the downside is over. So depending on how you mark up the charts, depending on how you look at it, I got it right now as the high. Um, and then you got the same type of shit going on right here. Pushed above. So this could be the low. Not really sure. But at this point, we're gonna run it from the high, call this area the low as far as the daily time frame. When we're looking at structure, bring the analysis back. We got the big yellow line at the top, identify that daily high, and then uh, right down here will be now the new daily low, pushing above a little 4 hour structure here. Simply bearish continuation zone. So what we're looking at now is the range as far as the daily time frame from the high to the low. Everything else is internal structure. So as far as marking out 4 hour level structure, we got this high that came down to the low. But why? Because if you're looking at price action backing over here, lower high, lower low, this area pushed above, but then immediately broke structure to the downside. So high to the low. Didn't count this area for the most part because when price action pushed from this high to this low, it didn't break structure looking left. So we pulled back. So all of this is one range for me. And depending on what happens in this range here with this price action here is how pretty much be setting on my trade. So high to the low, lower high, lower low. So 4 hour high, 4 hour low. Then we started to do some funkiness. This area here is what caused the breaker structure looking left. So new 4 hourly low, 4 hourly high to the 4 hourly low, and then we pulled back all last week. Had some good opportunities to get active and get busy last week. I skipped on a good bit of them just because, man, like I said, AU been moving funky. Forex.com, I can't really blame it on them. It's more psychology for me. Um, with this breakdown here 2 weeks ago, was looking for price action to come back into this imbalance, and we come back to the daily time frame. You can't really see it there, but on the 4 hourly time frame, you can just see where price action just leaked. All bearish activity, no bullish activity. So we got the imbalance identified there. Was looking for price action to pull back deeper within this 4 hour range from the high to the low. That didn't happen. We pushed up, started coming bullish, came back down, respected the low, pushed back up, kind of broke the high, then immediately shift. So all this back and forth shit, this consolidation right here, it's pretty tough to trade. But as price action came down last week, because this push here did not break the low, I saw this area as liquidity to be eaten up. So I was looking for buys up until this point. And when price pulled back down up in here on the lower time frames, I'm looking for buys. So hop down to that hourly, open that thing up. Monday night, I think I did hop into some buys as price action came back down, didn't break the low. Was looking for price action to get up out of there and go up to the top side. Was thinking that the news event that took place here was what's going to give us that gas to get up there. So I didn't think that just regular price action was, with this pull back, this real choppy, small ass candles, no imbalances, no nothing was just going to get us up there. I thought the news was going to get us up there. So I got in from down here, price pushed up, came back. Once we started to do back this move, or actually, I think what I did was we got in here, price pulled back, it pushed up again. I had to trail stops after the second push, got trailed out here, and then it pushed up, came back to it, and wasn't really interested because that news was coming. And I'm glad I stayed out because I would have been still looking for the buys, seen the liquidity grab here, and then price action pushed back bullish. Yeah, I probably would have definitely been looking for the buys, but price leaked off. Coming in last week, the opportunities I had was looking at this. I was like, okay, well, I do see the little resistance right here. Price action pushed out bully right here for a little bit, looking in the past. And I said, okay, if price action comes into this area and reject on the lower time frame, I'm hopping into some shorts. Why? Because overall price action, lower time frames, it was doing a little bullish activity, but higher time frames, we ultimately breaking lows and creating lower lows. So what I was looking for was a quick little pullback into this area with this red top. And on the 5 minute, 1 minute, I got what I was looking for. Price action pushed into this area and rejected. Don't look like a big much of a rejection on the 15 minute, but little gray candle here. Actually, I waited till something like right up in here. On the 1 minute, it pushed up and pushed above these highs right here. And then it started to roll over bearish on the lower time frame, but obviously that didn't play out. I had stops right above this candle, got trailed out. I'm like, okay, well, now we're rolling over bullish. Back into the New York session, I did see price right over here, push and pull, come back into these highs right over here. Was looking at this and I was like, it's real choppy, no real volume in the market. I'm gonna let it ride. It ended up expanding more into the top side. Came back into Asia session on Wednesday. Was looking for the buys because we, eventually on lower time frame started rolling over bullish. So looking for the buys all throughout the Asian session, nothing, 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 nothing. So I walked away from it and come back, next day, price way up there. So I'm like, man, fuck. Um, Coming into Thursday, I did hop into these shorts, caught it from the top. And the influence with the shorts was um I had this area right up her identified as imbalance on the 1 hour time frame. So seeing price action pushing to that level, not really want to close above, throwing out these wicks, didn't really bother me too much. And then I seen this buy to sell on a 4 hour time frame, this candle right over here, that also, kind of stood out, kind of helped me build some psychology as to why price action potentially could go bearish from there. But once I saw price action do this from the New York session, and then all of the rest of the day was struggling to get above these highs, like, oh yeah, I'm hopping in some shorts. Hopped in the shorts um, as soon as price action started to reject with this candle right here, hopped in immediately. Price leaked off. At this point, that's up like I got it from way up there. You know what I'm saying? We didn't push like 18, 20 pips. Stops in the profit, and I just walked away from it. Ended up getting trailed out. Price action, my targets was right down here within this area from the higher time frame that hadn't been retested from where price action rolled over and started going back bully. Ended up getting trailed out on that position right up here, and then price action continued to push higher. Since price action has pushed above this 4 hour support, what we could see is price action do a retracement now, come back down. If it does open up bearish coming into next week, what I would be looking for then is to see, does price action break this low? We got bank holidays in the beginning of the week. We got some heavy news coming out in the beginning of the week as well. AUD has news dropping off at times that don't normally drop off. So it's gonna be kind of tough to kind of line these trades up on AUD, especially with this funky ass price action, especially barely breaking out of the range as far as the high to the low. Tracking it on the hourly, we are pushing bullish, so we could be looking for some type of imbalance field potentially. If you want to try and line something up and see if price action comes down there and starts to respect, a little funkiness, get the funnel with them keys and get up out of there and try to come back into that daily imbalance. But with the way price been moving lately, it's tough. It is tough. I am kind of overall expecting something a little bit deeper. Come back down, maybe down into here, somewhere down in there. I had to go back out to the higher time frame, see what makes sense, and see if it rolls back over and then starts to go back bullish, or see if it just continues to go bearish. It all depends because structure ain't been holding up as well as it has been in the past. So it is making it a little bit more difficult. Excuse me. It is making it a little bit more difficult to stand on business when it comes to structure. So as far as structure, so looking at from the higher time frame, we are bearish on the daily, bearish on the 4 hour, bullish on the hourly. So in order to take shorts, you want to see that hourly flip back bearish, continue to take bullish, or continue to take buys. You want to see this hourly continue to push bullish, come back down, break some type of structure on the 1 hour level. At this point, because this range right here would now be, well, we need to see it make something legitimate first, but right now we sitting in a 50 pip range as far as hourly from the low to the high. I want to see it come back down, create a support, push up, uh, fail to break these highs, then come back down and break this 4 hour support. Then I can identify that low to that high point as far as that new 4 hourly range. And then I can kind of expect price action to come up into that imbalance. Otherwise, we just continue to trend on the hourly. Potentially, you could get some fuckery. Pretty much probably the news that push you into that daily imbalance if it gets that high and then roll over back bearish. But for the most part, yeah, man, that's all I got on AU. Looking over at UCAD, and all the rest of my pairs, I have just been looking at them from a zoomed out position because I'm not really trying to trade them as far as getting active on a daily basis. Specifically because my funds was tied up with ankle trade, and I'm kind of reluctant to double down on FOREX.com just because I ain't liking what I'm seeing right now. So I'm running a relatively very, 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 very small account on FOREX.com. Looking at USD CAD, bumping the thing out to the weekly. What we kind of see is price overall on the weekly is consolidating, not really breaking the highs, not really breaking the lows, just for the most part pushing left to right versus um top to bottom, north to south. But looking at it from the daily, we are somewhat Previous price action somewhat pushing bearish. If you're identifying structure backing over here, you got the high to the low, high, low, failed to create, rolled over. So high to the low, lower high, lower low, pullback, still hasn't broken the ultimate high in my eyes. So potentially this could roll back over bearish, but currently, current trend is bullish with a bearish structure, which is not really what you want to see as far as trying to get in and having the highest potential to get active. Overall, with the trend right now currently being bullish, you kind of have to roll with these bullish scenarios as far as getting active and being productive in this market. On the 4 hour, as we can see, highs and lows kind of consolidating right up in here, not really breaking the highs, not really breaking the lows, but we kind of start from this price action high, low, um, low, high, higher, low, higher, high. This could be a new higher low that push you up to the top side. When we bring the analysis back, just excuse me, watching from the 4 hour, like I said, I haven't been really zooming into the lower time frames on these other pairs just because, like I said, small account, you gotta do, you gotta go for what you know. But overall, 4 hour is pushing bullish. Daily is identifying bearish, so 4 hour trend is bullish. Daily structure is bearish. So right now we just have to wait until that 4 hour structure starts to roll over bearish to start taking those shorts again, or just follow that 4 hour, 1 hour trend. Right now, higher low, higher high to the higher low failed to come back into that imbalance right down there, rolled over, pushed back bullish. So we did come back into this imbalance, and we did roll back over somewhat bullish, right up in here with the high to low, lower high, failed to create new lower low, higher high, potentially new higher low, looking to see if it's going to get back up out of there to the top side. And looking at it on the hourly, yeah, see, this funky ass candle price. Yeah, it ain't the easiest to identify. But so for me, I'm looking for price to get above here to potentially continue to want to take buys. Otherwise, it is more back to the zoomed out perspective. Simply because I just, my account ain't right to be taking multiple positions in multiple currencies or shit, what's the word I'm looking for? Um, you know what I'm talking about. Let me think about it. Switching over to GU. GU. GU we kind of had lined out. I should have took some positions on GU because um looking at this from all the way back December of last year, we had price action where we thought we started to accumulate. On the daily, we was identifying bearish. Last chance U right up in here in this blue based off of fib levels. We don't want to see price action close above this level for me, right up in here based off of fib levels, because if it doesn't, potentially it's going to continue to keep going bullish. We tapped into that level and we started rolling over bearish on the 4 hour time frame. So, like I said, we had GU kind of lined out to where we could have got active and got some more active, but for the most part, it's just consolidating, moving sideways, not really breaking highs, not really breaking lows, just top to bottom, top to bottom. That's hard to trade. But from the previous bullet structure, we had the higher high, higher low, higher high, equal low for the most part, lower high, lower low. This imbalance kind of got filled 2 weeks ago, and it did start to roll over back bullish. But now, in my eyes, I kind of see the 1 hour rolling over bearish. The 4 hour has rolled over bearish in my eyes. So potentially this could keep going down. We did break bullish structure on the hourly last week, but it looked kind of like a liquidity grab at this point. Wake up, strong body close as far as bearishness on the weekly close last week. So it's pretty much a toss up right now. And with the we got heavy news next week. So I want to see price action break out of this hourly range. Um, to potentially see where it's going to go. From the last 4 hour high in my eyes to the 4 hour low, we pulled back to well into that 50% and then started reacting bearish, but we did not break the low. So um, that is good intel as far as what price action could potentially do, because this area right up here now, because this drive here did not break the low, should turn into liquidity. So this could push up. So right here, we in a shaky spot because structure and trend is kind of pointing to the downside, but just reading the candles based off of how price action generally moves from experience is kind of pointing to the upside. So sit back, relax, get you some popcorn and just wait. Let price action do what it's going to do. What I want to see, this is a 4 hour time frame, so I'm bump down to that hourly. If I was going to take buys, things that I would potentially look for, in balance field right down here, or potentially just throw a to the low, we didn't break to there. So I would throw a fibs on this little right here. We already came back to that last chance U, and which is at 786 and turned over bullish. To the low when we pull back. Maybe into the 50, but that's over that overall range. So I would want to see it more like this high, that low, come back into this 50. So right into this area, right around 25, 860, 25, 770, anywhere around in there, or in the imbalance field, potentially start looking to see if price action rolls over in the lower time frame, start getting back busy to the top side. Otherwise, you better hold on to your cookies because that shit could keep shooting to the downside. UJ been big bullish. Kind of had UJ lined out as well, but was not willing to really come over here and hop in or nothing. Um, from let's see, for about 3 weeks now, we've been pushing bully. Weekly, um, structure is bullish, trend is bullish on the weekly, daily, daily, identifying bullish from the low to the high with the pullback. Current trend is bullish on the 4 hour. Got the high or the low to the high, higher low. I kind of want to identify this as the new higher high on the 4 hour, higher low. I'll have to zoom in a little bit more and look at the counts a little bit better, but overall, not really seeing no hourly structure being broken just yet back to the downside. So this 4 hourly range is still creating for me. So we just got the low, no new high on the 4 hourly yet. The hourly was broken here. So this is why I kind of want to identify new 4 hourly range from this low to this high. And then this will be the new, the beginning of a new 4 hour support for me. Right up here will look something like this. 4 hour support, and then you would get rid of everything else, and then we will be potentially looking to trade based off of this range here. So I'd want to see this 1 hour support be broken to clearly identify that as a new 4 hourly high. Make it look something like this, and then we'll look for price to come back into a certain space. Maybe this imbalance to potentially roll over and continue to go bullish, but we ain't there yet. So right now, price action is pushing bullish. Get rid of that. Price action is pushing bullish. On the daily, on the 4 hour, let's look and see. Right now, we got this hourly. Coming into last week's price action, what we had was this hourly little support identified based off of the candles that presented 2 weeks ago. We just identified an area that we could identify as a 1 hour support. We wanted to see price action come into that level and respect that support, and then see if we can take buys. As we can see, price action did come into that level. Would have liked to see it come in a little bit deeper into the structure that was most recently broken in order to take continuation buys. So I would have probably been a little bit conflicted, kind of still waiting for price action to come in deeper to about 180, 180, 148, 800, somewhere right up in there to try to take those buys. But as you can see, it fell short of coming down that far, and then it got back up out of there to the top side. But looking at this now, push, pull back, push, not really breaking that high, and kind of starting to roll over on the 15-minute bearish. I'll wait to see how far this comes back down, see how it gets active. If it does start to leak bearish, then definitely wait. If we come back and get above this high right over here, I'm looking to take buys back into 151.908 and see how price action get active on that. But overall, it's pushing bullish, structure bullish, pending bullish. So yeah, best bet to go to the buys. DJ pretty much the same. About to the daily, to the weekly. Refresh that thing. Weekly is bullish. Structure is bullish, trend is bullish. How about to the daily? Same thing. Structure is bullish, trend is bullish. Bring that analysis back. For the most part, we're identifying this low to this high as the daily range that has been broken. So this whole chart needs to be reanalyzed. We can go ahead and do that now. Delete all things. High to the low, higher high, higher low. Didn't really break it by much, but higher high, higher low. So in my eyes, where I would identify is here. That new daily low. And we have not broken structure on a 4 hour time frame. So I don't have that daily high just yet. So this is all pretty much one expansion leg for me to the top side. Go down to the 4 hour. What we can kind of see is we ultimately have a 4 hour support somewhere right up in here that already has been retested. So I would not want to see price action come back into this level. If it does start to come back down strong, I will be looking forward to break that level. 4 hour support right over the north. And 4 hour resistance right up here because we have broken structure on the 1 hour time frame. So something like this right here, and then kind of just play it from there. Overall, internal structure with the 1 hour time frame, high to low, lower high, lower low, lower high. You can say lower low, lower high, lower low. So hourly structure has been broken above there on the hourly time frame. So high. Let's bump down to the hourly and look at it and see because these are some pretty small ass candles. Um, yeah. Mm, yeah. I would do this is some risky business right here, just based off of the candles. But I would say this is the most important support right here as far as hourly concerned. 1 hour support, and then you got the hourly resistance. So, um, where I'll be looking to see where price action will pull back to. Risky business. Potentially just throw out a field zone. Make sure it don't go past that last chance you area. It's kind of then pushed into the 50. So this is just waiting to see if it rolls over bullish on the lower time frames, 15, 30 minute, and then potentially get active from there. There's a little 15-minute support right here. So if we don't break this low, I will be looking to see how that next candle produces once the market opens. Here again, we do got bank holidays. We got big time USD news, AUD news. I think there's some GBP news in there as well. Matter of fact, go ahead and click on it. What day? 17th, 18th. Yeah, so Monday what we had bank holiday for CAD and USD on Monday. AUD news at 7:30, so that could shake the market red for the CAD news on Tuesday. AUD again at 8:30. I wonder why the times was so odd. My man must have not got his on because I seen the news on somebody else's weekly outcast and the times was way different. So he must not be working with the same time structure because I was like, yeah, that shit like it was like AUD was like 12 o'clock in the morning or something like that right over here, but it's 7:30. So that's generally when it does usually come out. CAD news, CPI during the New York session on Tuesday, um, wage pricing that index 8:30 on Tuesday. Don't see nothing from GBP. So yeah, we just gonna have to wait and see. Come on, man. Get up out of here. Um We're pushing back over to here. We want to see how price action opens for the most part. If we do finally close below this little 15-minute support right here, then I will be expecting it to come back down into this hourly support since it already has been retested a few times here. I would expect it to break through there, and then I would just kind of just sit back on my hands and wait to see what price action builds up. But overall, I think we were bullish on multiple time frames, so definitely be looking for the best bullish scenario at this point. Potentially could take sales below here. Continuation sales, so I'm looking for a break and retest of that area. And then above here, break and retest for continuation buys right above there. And then just rock it like that. Looking over at gold. Gold is funky. Um, let's hit delete, go to the weekly, and then refresh. All right, so weekly structure is bullish. Trend is bullish. Daily, we say high to the low, broke, higher high, higher low, failed to create, consolidating. So based off of the weekly, we got that, we got this. And this is wild because that big ass wick kind of just really throws off as far as the way it looked like the structure where it should be versus where it is. You go down to the lower time frames, you got Not on the 4 hour. Probably on like the 15 and 30. You got candles way up there versus just a big ass wick. Well, looking at it from the 4 hour time frame, this is real choppy. High, low, high, 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 low, high, 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 low, high, 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 low, high, high. Come down, break, lower, high, lower, low, high, 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 low, high, high. Mm, 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 mm. Here, this would be the, yeah, so here to here. This is what I would identify as 4 hourly. Right here, template, 4 hour resistance, 4 hour support, that's important. All the rest of that's internal structure. Then you got the hourly high to the hourly low. Now we kind of retracing back into this candle. So I want to see what price action does once we got the 2028.55. If we break right through that level, then expecting it to come back up into this 4 hour resistance. If not, roll over, continue to go bearish to kind of retest demand from where price action took off from. Outside of that, that's pretty much it, man. Please be careful with these brokers out here these days. Uh, if you're in the U.S., try to find you a good, reputable, regulated one. These boys is not playing when they talking about run off on the plug with your funds. And people that's out there that's depending on this for a full time, feed your family, put money in your pocket, gas in your car. These boys is not giving no refunds. They're not putting money back in most pockets. So please don't get hurt. Luckily for me, I got income coming in from other sources and not all coming in from trading. So I wasn't, I was down bad, but I wasn't down too bad. I'm still out here kicking and flow. I'm keeping my head above water. But it was frustrating to see to go and try to execute a trade and they're talking about uh account not valid. Them boys didn't even tell me they was switching um liquidity feeds until after the shit didn't happen. So them boys jumped ship, shut everything down, then came out with the emails talking about, oh, we about to jump ship and shut down everything. You couldn't get no money out, you couldn't do nothing. You just stuck. And then they gave you they sent me some shit about how to get, onto the new platform, how to set up a new account. I couldn't find that shit nowhere on my app store. Couldn't download that shit, couldn't upload it. I know there was some YouTube videos out there, but if I can't download the apps and find this shit to download it to even to try and set up, I can't watch them fucking videos to show me how to set the shit up if I can't find it. So one pissed off customer because of the way they handled things. I'm pretty sure they knew well in advance that they was gonna have to jump ship. They could have easily slid the boys out. I know a lot of people probably would have jumped ship on their ass, and they probably lost a lot of funds on the front end. But at the same time, for people who have been rocking with them for a little minute and put money in their pockets, it was like, bro, I can't believe y'all just ran off on the plug. But that's all I got for y'all, lads. I'm about to slide up out of here. Big Booty Hoes Entertainment in the building. Like and subscribe and like. How's the boy? You got a question, you know what to do. Hit them comments. I'm out of that thing.